In the vastness of Mesopotamia, a land blessed by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, history's curtain was drawn back around 4500 BCE to reveal the emergence of the Sumerians, a civilization that would lay the very cornerstone of human progress and development. This period marked the birth of urbanization, written language, complex societies, and an intricate web of cultural and technological advancements that continue to influence the modern world. The Sumerians, a non-Semitic people, carved out their destiny in the fertile crescent of Mesopotamia, situated in what is now modern-day Iraq. Within this lush terrain, they cultivated the very concept of urban living, establishing city-states that would define the landscape of civilization for centuries to come. Cities like Uruk, and Eridu sprang forth, marking a dramatic shift from the nomadic lifestyles of prehistoric times to a more structured societal organization. One of the most remarkable and lasting contributions of the Sumerians was the development of writing. Cuneiform script, the earliest known form of writing, was etched onto clay tablets, preserving the Sumerians' knowledge, thoughts, and records for posterity. This revolutionary breakthrough in communication not only facilitated administrative tasks and trade, but also laid the foundation for literature, religion, and the transmission of ideas across generations. The Sumerians constructed a complex and vibrant religious framework that shaped their beliefs, values, and understanding of the world. At the heart of this intricate system lay a divine pantheon and epic tales that continue to captivate and inspire us to this day. The Sumerian pantheon was a vast assembly of deities, each embodying different aspects of the human experience and natural world. Gods and goddesses played a central role in shaping the cosmos and influencing the lives of mortals. Among the numerous divine figures, Anu, the sky god, Enlil, the wind god, and Inanna, the goddess of love and fertility, stand out as powerful, multifaceted beings that reflect the complexities of the Sumerian worldview and the values held by the ancient society. At the pinnacle of the Sumerian pantheon was Anu, the god of the sky and heavens. As the father of the gods, Anu held a position of preeminence, serving as the ultimate authority over all cosmic matters. His depiction often included a horned crown, symbolizing his exalted status. Anu was associated with divine order and harmony. He was believed to control the destinies of nations and individuals, overseeing the affairs of humanity from his celestial abode. Worship of Anu was often intertwined with the concept of cosmic justice, as he represented the overarching balance that governed the universe. Enlil, the god of wind, air, and earth, was a prominent deity often depicted holding a mace, the symbol of his power. He played a crucial role in shaping both the natural and human world. Enlil was often associated with the destructive forces of nature, such as storms and hurricanes, but he was also a source of sustenance through his control over fertility and agriculture. Among his notable feats was the separation of heaven and earth, a creation story that established the cosmic order. Enlil was also responsible for granting kingship and authority to rulers, solidifying his role as a bestower of power and governance. Inanna, the goddess of love, fertility, and warfare, embodied a rich array of attributes that reflect the diverse nature of the Sumerian pantheon. Often depicted with a star adorning her head, she was known for her dualities, both nurturing and destructive, sensual and fierce. Inanna's realm encompassed love, procreation, and the rhythms of life. She was revered as a patron of sexuality and fertility, with rituals dedicated to her often involving sacred prostitution. Yet, Inanna was also a warrior goddess, venturing into battle to assert her power and authority. Her descent into the underworld, as recounted in the Descent of Inanna myth, showcased her journey through death and rebirth, echoing the cycles of nature. The relationships between these deities were complex, reflecting the intricate interplay between natural forces and human experiences. Anu, Enlil, and Inanna collectively formed a divine triad, embodying different aspects of cosmic order, governance, and vitality. The Sumerians understood their place in the world through a myriad of myths and stories that explained the origins of the universe, humanity's creation, and the constant interplay between mortals and gods. One of the most famous of these myths is the Enuma Elish, an epic that recounts the creation of the cosmos through a clash of primordial forces. This epic narrative, etched in cuneiform script on clay tablets, offers a profound insight into the Sumerian understanding of the origins of the universe, the dynamics of divine power, and the eternal battle between chaos and order. The Enuma Elish, often referred to as the Babylonian creation myth, begins with a portrayal of chaos reigning supreme. The universe is depicted as an undifferentiated mass of water, with no order or structure. From this chaotic sea emerge two primal beings, Apsu, representing the fresh waters, and Tiamat, the embodiment of salt water. However, from this initial union, chaos begins to give birth to order, and the ensuing generations of gods and goddesses represent various aspects of the natural world. The gods become increasingly rowdy and disruptive, causing annoyance to Apsu. Tiamat, the mother of the gods, becomes alarmed at Apsu's intention to destroy their offspring and seeks to preserve them. Tiamat's anger and grief lead her to create an army of monsters to confront the gods who threatened her. In response, the gods turn to Marduk, a god known for his prowess and wisdom. Marduk, through a council of the gods, is appointed their champion and agrees to face Tiamat's forces. The climactic battle between Marduk and Tiamat is a centerpiece of the narrative. Marduk defeats Tiamat by splitting her in two, forming the heavens and the earth from her body. Marduk's victory establishes him as the supreme god, symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. Following his victory, Marduk assumes his role as the ruler of the cosmos. He creates the world and humanity as a means to serve the gods. Marduk shapes humanity from the blood of a slain god, emphasizing the intrinsic connection between gods and humans. The gods subsequently construct the city of Babylon and its ziggurat as a testament to their order and power. The relationship between gods and mortals in Sumerian mythology was intricate and multifaceted. While the gods were revered and worshipped through grand ziggurats and rituals, the stories also depict moments of conflict and dissatisfaction between humans and their divine overseers. In the Atrahasis myth, for instance, humans rebel against the gods' burdensome demands, illustrating the Sumerians' understanding of the complexities of power dynamics between the divine and earthly realms. The Atrahasis myth, also known as the Atrahasis epic or the story of Atrahasis, is a narrative that offers a fascinating insight into ancient views of creation, divine intervention, and the relationship between gods and humans. This myth, found in various versions and fragments, particularly in Akkadian literature, holds significant cultural and historical value, shedding light on the worldview of the people of ancient Mesopotamia. The central figure of the Atrahasis myth is Atrahasis, often referred to as Utnapishtim in other texts. Atrahasis is portrayed as a wise and pious man chosen by the god Enki to survive a great flood, which is sent by the gods to cleanse the earth of human overpopulation. The gods, led by Enlil, decide to unleash this cataclysmic flood due to the noise and chaos caused by the burgeoning human population, which disturbs their divine rest. The myth begins with the creation of humans from clay and the blood of a sacrificed god. These humans were designed to serve the gods and provide them with offerings. However, the growing population began to multiply rapidly, leading to an increase in noise and the subsequent disturbance of the god's tranquility. Enlil, angered by the clamor, decides to unleash various calamities upon humanity, including droughts and plagues, but these prove to be insufficient. Faced with the ineffectiveness of these earlier measures, Enlil decides to wipe out humanity with a catastrophic flood. However, Enki, who possesses a soft spot for the humans he helped create, intervenes to save them. Enki secretly instructs Atrahasis to build a massive boat, similar to the biblical story of Noah's Ark, to house his family, animals, and provisions. This boat would enable Atrahasis to survive the impending flood and preserve life. As the floodwaters rise, Atrahasis and his family remain safely aboard the boat along with various animals. The god's destructive efforts fail to completely wipe out humanity, as some of the divine offspring, like Enlil's minions, become sympathetic toward humanity's plight. After 7 days and nights, the flood recedes, and Atrahasis emerges as one of the few survivors of the deluge. Following the flood, the gods convene to discuss the situation. Enlil is angry when he discovers that some humans have survived, but Enki convinces the assembly that the gods should not punish the survivors any further. Atrahasis is then blessed with longevity and tasked with ensuring that humanity's population is controlled. This is achieved through various means, including infertility and disease, to maintain a balance between humans and gods. Perhaps the most iconic of Sumerian tales is the Epic of Gilgamesh, a sweeping narrative that delves into the human condition and the pursuit of immortality. Gilgamesh, a demigod king, embarks on a journey with his friend Enkidu to discover the secret of eternal life. Through their trials and tribulations, the epic explores themes of friendship, mortality, and the limits of human ambition. Gilgamesh's quest ultimately leads him to a profound realization about the value of living a life of meaning, even in the face of mortality. At the heart of the epic is Gilgamesh, a historical figure who ruled the Sumerian city-state of Uruk around 2700 BCE. Blending history and myth, the epic portrays Gilgamesh as a demigod king who embodies both the strengths and flaws of humanity. The story follows his transformation from a reckless and self-absorbed ruler into a wiser and more compassionate figure, echoing the timeless journey of personal growth. Gilgamesh's journey is interwoven with the figure of Enkidu, a wild man created by the gods to humble Gilgamesh's arrogance. Enkidu's introduction challenges Gilgamesh's supremacy and leads to a life-altering friendship that forms the emotional core of the epic. Their bond epitomizes the depth of human connection and the transformative power of genuine companionship. However, Enkidu's met his demise as a consequence of his involvement in killing the Bull of Heaven, which was sent by the goddess Ishtar as a punishment for Gilgamesh's rejection of her advances. Enkidu and Gilgamesh work together to slay the Bull of Heaven, an act that infuriates the gods and brings their wrath upon Enkidu. As a result of killing the divine bull, Enkidu incurs the anger of the gods, particularly the god Enlil, who decrees that Enkidu must be punished. In Tablet 7 of the epic, Enkidu falls gravely ill, suffering immensely as a result of the god's decision. The epic describes his weakening condition and the anguish he experiences. Enkidu's physical and mental deterioration is depicted in detail, highlighting the tragic nature of his demise. Ultimately, Enkidu succumbs to his illness and dies. His death is a moment of profound grief for Gilgamesh, who mourns the loss of his friend and companion. Enkidu's death forces Gilgamesh to confront his own mortality and sparks his quest for immortality, a central theme of the epic. Gilgamesh's search takes him to the immortal Utnapishtim, who survived a great flood and gained everlasting life. Utnapishtim recounts the story of the flood and challenges Gilgamesh to embrace the fleeting nature of existence, and find meaning within the limitations of mortality. Beyond the quest for immortality, the epic explores the pursuit of wisdom. Gilgamesh's journey leads him to the far reaches of the world, encountering trials that test his courage, endurance, and understanding. Through his experiences, he gains insight into the essence of life and death, as well as the value of humility and empathy. The impact of the Sumerian divine pantheon and epic tales reverberates through history. Their stories laid the groundwork for subsequent civilizations' mythologies, influencing the religious beliefs of ancient Mesopotamia's successors, such as the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. The legacy of the Sumerians and the Mesopotamian civilization spanned the realms of culture, technology, governance, and intellectual inquiry, leaving an indelible mark that continues to shape modern society. At the heart of the Sumerian legacy lies the invention of writing. The cuneiform script, etched onto clay tablets using wedge-shaped characters, was a revolutionary leap forward. It marked the transition from oral tradition to recorded history and laid the groundwork for the preservation of knowledge. The Sumerians' texts encompassed a wide range of subjects such as religious rituals, administrative records, legal codes, literature, and scientific observations. This monumental achievement enabled the transmission of wisdom across generations, paving the way for the accumulation of knowledge that remains the bedrock of contemporary education and scholarship. The Sumerians established the earliest known forms of organized governance. The concept of the city-state, a self-governing urban center introduced by the Sumerians, laid the foundation for later political structures. Additionally, the Code of Enuma, predating Hammurabi's code, demonstrated an early attempt at codifying laws to ensure societal order. Hammurabi's renowned legal code, engraved on a massive stele, established a precedent for justice systems worldwide. Its principles of accountability, fairness, and proportional punishment still resonate in modern legal frameworks. The Sumerians' contributions to mathematics are the roots of our modern numerical systems. Their base 60 system gave rise to the division of time into minutes and seconds, while their mathematical understanding facilitated advanced architectural designs and precise calculations. Furthermore, their observations of the celestial bodies laid the groundwork for early astronomy, allowing them to predict lunar and solar eclipses and study planetary movements. In the arid landscape of Mesopotamia, the Sumerians had sophisticated irrigation systems that transformed barren lands into fertile fields. Their mastery of irrigation methods revolutionized agriculture, enabling the cultivation of surplus crops. This surplus facilitated the growth of urban centers, trade, and the development of specialized labor, a crucial shift that underpinned the rise of civilizations. The influence of the Sumerians and Mesopotamian civilization is omnipresent in modern society. From legal systems and written languages to architectural concepts and mathematical principles, their legacy serves as a foundation upon which human progress rests. Our understanding of time, our modes of governance, and the very structure of our cities all trace their origins back to the innovations of Mesopotamia. Their legacy teaches us that civilizations are not isolated islands, but threads woven intricately through the tapestry of time, each contributing to the ongoing narrative of human development. The echoes of their ingenuity resonate through the ages, underscoring the profound impact of the Sumerians and Mesopotamia on the course of human history. So that's it for today on Curious Gate. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay curious.